No matter where you're moving to, you're thinking about, where is my dream location? Where is it that I want to live? And I can't help you if you're moving to California or to Texas. I don't know. But if you're moving to the Space Coast of Florida, there, I got you. I've lived in Florida since 1970, and I've lived on the Space Coast for most of my life, both as a child and as an adult. My parents moved to Indialantic in 1970 to have my dad work at Harris Corporation. And at that time, I think there were 200 and some thousand residents in Brevard County on the Space Coast. Now there's about 3 times that many, so we've really grown. And when people are moving here, they're often like, where should I live? What are the things that I should consider? So I want to tell you about some of my favorite places to live and what you want to think about. So for me, I grew up on the Barrier Island. I grew up in Indialantic. I currently live in Melbourne Beach, and I love our Barrier Island. First of all, one of the important things that a lot of people worry about is flooding. Our Barrier Island actually has a really high elevation. I've been told that it's about 17 feet, 4 inches on average, so above the sea level. So a lot of our Barrier Island actually is not in a floodplain. From the Barrier Island, you can easily get, of course, to the beach. You can get to the river. There's lots of canal homes. You can actually also get over to the mainland pretty quickly from most of the Barrier Island areas. The schools are great. Just a really lovely place to live. What I like about it is lots of parks, lots of public beach access. It's a laid-back coastal vibe. So if you're looking for tons to do, you like to be near all the shops and restaurants, you want to be in 5 minutes, I want to be able to walk to the beach or ride my bike, or I want to just sit outside and hear the ocean waves, even though I don't live on the ocean, then our Barrier Island is a good spot for you. So when I think about the Barrier Island, to me, it's broken up into 2 areas. There's the area from the Space Force Base, which is sort of, I always think of kind of in the middle. That area is south, and we're talking about Satellite Beach, Indian Harbor Beach, Indialantic, Melbourne Beach, and then also into the south beaches all the way to Sebastian Inlet. And those areas are really great. Most of them, other than the south beaches, are very accessible to the mainland. If you like a quieter even environment, you can live in the south beaches. You can still get into town into like 20, 25 minutes, but it's going to take you a little bit longer. It's a little 2-lane road. You're going down A1A. Now it's Jimmy Buffett Highway, but that's sort of your transportation. It's not so simple to get over onto the mainland. But those areas, the schools are close by. You're going to have neighbors close. You probably won't have a lot of land, but you'll have enough land. There's also condos, although it's not as condo heavy except on the ocean. Now, if we go on the other side of the Space Force Base, so we're talking about the north side, we're looking at Cocoa Beach and Cape Canaveral. And when we think about those areas, it's more condo heavy. You're getting more traffic, maybe more tourists in there, especially from Orlando. So if you like that type of environment, there is probably a little bit more to do there. That might be for you. Also, if you want to be able to go to a quick trip to the port and see the cruise ships, that's the place for you. The other area I like to focus on, because some people say, well, I really like to be close to the beach, but I want to be close to everything. That's more important to me. I'm a little nervous about living that close to the beach. The homes are older. I want newer homes. I like more uniformity. I like more HOAs. Then we're going to be moving over probably into Viera or Suntree. They are not the same, but they are similar. They are both planned unit developments, so neither of those is a town. So when people say, I live in the city of Viera, you don't live in the city of Viera. It is not a city, it is not a town. It is part of an unincorporated area of Brevard County. And the same thing with Suntree. Suntree was built out first. It's much more of an area that is ringed by commercial, but within Suntree, it's all residential. It's not as much of a grid system. The roads are more windy. There's a lot more trees, more restrictions on fences. So if you really want a fence, Suntree might not be for you. They're trying to create more of a park-like environment, but the homes are older. There's a lot of frame homes. So if frame is not for you, also Suntree, you might need to look a little harder to find a block home in Suntree. If you like typical suburban lifestyle, you like the uniformity, you like an HOA, you really want all the streets to have sidewalks, you like that I don't have to go very far and there's commercial right there because we have commercial running throughout the different areas, then Viera is probably for you. And I will tell you what a great place to live. You can take golf carts almost everywhere. There is so much to do and the homes are beautiful. I go out there and show homes. Again, I live in an older home by the beach. My house still needs work. It's a never-ending project. And I go out to Viera and I'm like, why didn't I just buy a house here? And then I could just enjoy it. So it depends what you really care for, but Viera is great. It also is super easy access to Orlando. So if you like going into Orlando, whether it's going to the parks, you have to travel to and from the airport, you like the cultural opportunities of Orlando, Viera is a great option for you. Also very close to a lot of employers, whether you work at the Space Center or you work in aerospace sort of closer to the Melbourne airport. Both of those are easily accessible from Viera. It also has wonderful, wonderful schools. There's a lot of families there, but they also have a lot of 55 plus communities. So it's a good mix. And no matter what age you are, you will find something to do. Also a lot of golfing. So that's a good thing. The third thing I want to concentrate on is people who come and say, I love the Space Coast, I love Brevard County, but I want land. Land is difficult to come by, both beachside on the barrier island or in that Viera Suntree. I'm not saying that all the lots are small. Suntree has some big lots, but if you really want land, let's say you want to have horses, you like the equestrian type style community, or you want lots of acreage, you want to have a barn, you want a pond on your property, your own private pond, you don't want to really be able to see your neighbors, then we're going to be looking at areas on the far north end of the county, the far south end of the county, and central Melbourne. So on the far north end, we're really looking kind of at Mims. And if you haven't been to Mims, it's really, really beautiful there. I remember the first time I went to Mims, I was like, this is gorgeous. This is amazing. I feel like I'm in very rural Florida, but again, still very close to Orlando. You're still on the Space Coast. You still enjoy all the Space Coast has to offer, but you can get that acreage that you're looking for. And there's some really lovely homes. There's also smaller homes on big property if that's what you're looking for. And then when we go to the other end of the county, the south end, we're looking at Grant-Valcaria, which Grant-Valcaria also great place to live. One of the nice things about that is you're still kind of close to the beach. You're not that far of a drive from the beach. You can hop on US 1 and cross a causeway. And so if you like beach, but you also want maybe some horses of your own, or you really just want that land, that's a good spot to look. And the other area I would say is central Melbourne, around Lake Washington. There's some lovely homes with great big pieces of land. Now, are you going to pay for that land? Yes, you are. Land is not inexpensive in Brevard County. But if that's what you're looking for, then go for it. Let's look there for you. So what I would say is there is something for everyone. There's other areas I haven't touched on here. Brevard County is about 72 miles long and about 26 miles wide. So we were a long county. And there's a lot of different towns that suit a lot of different lifestyles and what you're looking for. And we can put all that together. So if you're looking to buy a home on the Space Coast or sell, I hope you'll reach out to me. My name is Carolyn Smith. I am the team leader of the Coastal Estate Team with Compass. I would love to help you. My number is 321-271-0870. Text me, you can call me, you can email me, or you can message me on whatever platform you're watching this on. And don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time. Cheers.